Hi, I am Jacqueline, and this is my second live video to do. I'm super excited about it. I am just learning and excited on how to use this new platform to share something that my husband and I are super passionate about. We are, just to give you a little backstory in case anyone ends up coming on here or chatting. So, we are husband and wife, and we own Wild a Heart, which is an online business. And we teach others how to create their own online business so that they can have more time and more freedom with their families. So, with that being said, today I wanted to discuss some things that some of friends, family, and other social media platforms have brought up as questions. I thought maybe a YouTube Live might be a good way to do that. And hopefully this helps you. So today is all about mastering your mindset. So what I'd like to go over today are 3 steps to overcome mental blocks when starting your own online business. So some of those mental blocks will come in and they will create negativity and they will create fear. And you just don't want that. That's something that can definitely hinder the outcome of what your business is. So let's talk about what we're going to do in this session. And I've made a few notes just because I'm brand new at this live thing, so bear with me. But we're going to dive into overcoming your mental barriers and what those might be. So what are those blockades? What is something that's holding you back? What is something that whenever you go to move forward, is it something like, oh, well, why are they doing so much better than me? Or oh, well, I'm happy for them, but why not me? Or maybe it's, oh gosh, I'm not very tech savvy. How am I supposed to do this? Or let's see, maybe it's, my friends, what are they going to think about me? So let's identify those barriers. Let's call them out. Let's make awareness to them and let's move them out. They don't belong there. You are what you think during the day. So what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about positivity? Are you thinking about excitement? Are you thinking about becoming the best of the best? Are you dreaming and have a dream mindset? What is it that makes you who you are? So we want to get into that. We want to overcome those barriers and what they are when launching your business. So whether you're stuck in overthinking about the fear of failure or anything like that, I want to give you just 3 practical steps today. So hopefully this video doesn't go too long, but 3 practical steps to help you just break free and take action towards what your goals are, whether you're a mompreneur, entrepreneur, whatever your goals are for our daily lives. We know what's best for our families. And in my household, we live by serving Jesus, and we live by making sure that we pray each day over our lives and be thankful to Him. So, I want to use that platform for that too. I want to make sure that, as we're going through these practical steps, and I understand that's not what everybody lives, but that's what our family chooses to live by. And so, that's what this channel will be for. So maybe that's not for you, and that's okay. But for us, we will be, displaying our love for Jesus as we do our teaching. So, with those 3 practical steps and breaking free, how do you take action? How do you take that action for that? So I want to give you that. And with that, we're just going to get started. So let's start. What is step number 1? I kind of mentioned this before, but step number 1 is you need to identify your mental blocks. So go ahead and get out a piece of paper. I want you to identify what your mental blocks are. And on that, I want you to flip the script on that. So with your mental blocks, think about, draw a line through the page. And I want you to write on one side of the page, like, this is where I am. And on the other side of the page, this is where I want to be. So what is a mental block for you? Is it one of the things I mentioned before, that you have fear of failure, that you are excited for other people, but you also have this little subconscious mindset of, but why not me? Why not I? Like, what's that negative thinking, that stinking thinking? What is that? How do we get rid of that? So you need to understand what the common mental barriers, like the fear of failure, maybe it's perfectionism. Are you a perfectionist? I struggle with that. I can relate to that. I like my house in order. I like to make sure I get A, B, C, and D done before I can even mention E. I am a perfectionist with not just house cleanliness, but other, like my workplace. And I had a tendency before we started this to want everything to be perfect. Do I still make my notes? Do I have 1,000 sticky notes? Well, yes, I love sticky notes. Okay, let's just be real about that. Do they drive my husband crazy? Probably. I don't know. He might tell you. But in the overall, are those sticky notes a mental block for me, or are they a help for me? So what are things that are blocking you? My sticky notes to me are not. For me, my sticky notes help me. They give me something where I can get my schedule in line, and I know, hey, this is what I want to do today. These are my non-negotiables. This is what I'm doing for my online business today. Is it posting to social media? Is it responding to people on my email or comments to make sure that they know that they're loved and they know that we care? So what are your non-negotiables in that to decide what your mental blocks are? So once again, write it on that column. Is it fear of failure? Is it perfectionism? Is it imposter syndrome? Is it something about, well, why can't I be like this person? Or I want to be more like them? Or, oh, look, they have this and they're able to go here and they're able to travel. Hey, let's put that out. Where were you designed to be? You're right here, right now for a reason. And that's exciting, because when you are placed in a position for a reason, what are you going to do with that? So let's write those mental blocks down, put them on there. It's super exciting to look back and see, okay, this is a mental block for me. In fact, this was probably what I thought my mental block was, but when I wrote it down, I realized that I thought, ooh, do I feel like I'm giving myself enough credit? Maybe do I feel like I'm just not good enough? Like, what is the one, you might find it, you might write them down, and then as you're writing them down, more come to you, and you're like, goodness, I didn't even know I had all these mental blocks going. So step number 1, write down your mental block. Let's see what it is. And then I want you to exit out. It is no longer your mental block. We're not doing this anymore. We are Xing that out. We're, take your pen and take your paper. And I just want a full X on there, a full X, because that's not you. That's not who you are. We are moving forward, because obviously you're here, you're learning for that for a reason. So that's exciting. So we're moving forward, and let's get away from that. So moving on, what does that lead us to? Well, as we have these mental roadblocks that we're thinking about, we probably also have negative thoughts. How many times a day do you speak negatively to yourself? I mean, would you speak to your best friend that way? Would you speak to your spouse that way? Would you speak to your child that way? Probably not. Probably, would you speak to them the way you speak to yourself? Or do you tell yourself, no, I am worth this. I was born from God. Like, I was made in his image. I am worth this. And that's so exciting. Do we all make mistakes? Oh, yes. I'll be the number one person to admit I make plenty of mistakes. But do I move forward and learn from them and live a more positive life from them? Or do I let them hold me back and then they turn into a mental block? So on your number 2, refrain from negative thoughts. We don't want those negative thoughts. We don't want that stinking thinking. Okay. You want to learn some techniques to refrain from that negative thinking patterns. Something that I did is I actually put I told you I love sticky notes. I put sticky notes on my bathroom mirror, and I put Bible verses on them, just reaffirming who I am and that I was meant to be more than what the world calls me to be. And so what's super exciting about those verses on my mirror is they became something that I read every day, every time I walked by them. And when I read them, I started believing them. And when I started believing them, I started speaking them. And when I started speaking them, like, total mind shift, total mind shift. So, and it might not be a Bible verse. Maybe it's just a positive affirmation, like, you are beautiful, and you are, goodness, you are. So whenever you have these things and you're speaking of these things, like, just let that be truth. And at first you may not believe them. You may, and that makes me tear up, but you may not believe them. And it makes me tear up because I've been there and I didn't believe them. But now I do, because I am called to be someone who's made to be more. And that's exciting. And I'm excited about that. So with that being said, you're going to refrain from the negative thinking by making patterns. So put them everywhere. Put them on your car dash. Put them on your nightstand. Put them in your backpack. Put them on your laptop. Put them wherever you need to be. Like when you open your laptop in the morning, oh my goodness. Okay, so open your laptop. Boom, right there. You were made to be amazing. Just whatever it is, whatever speaks to you. I'm sure you could probably go to Etsy or any place like that and type in positive affirmations. And oh my goodness, you would probably have all these pre-made affirmations that you could print out, even if you didn't want to write them on a sticky note. But here's the thing. You have to say them enough to believe them enough, to speak them enough. And then once you do that, you're not just speaking truth into yourself, but now you're prepared to speak that truth into others and love on others the way they were meant to be loved on. So that brings me to the next point in the step number 2. You're going to practice mindfulness. And if you have to, visualize. In my mind, like when I think of visualization, I think of, I'm a very visual person. When I read that verse in the Bible and I write it down, well, I might close my eyes and envision myself reading that verse, reading that on a sticky note. And what that does for me, that just helps me visualize it. So maybe I'm in a classroom setting. Maybe I'm in a really busy space. I can say that in my mind now because I visualize that. Okay. So having that visualization and, I've even made really taken one of those coloring books that are really colorful that give the positive affirmations and Bible verses. And I've colored it. And as I'm coloring it, I'm visualizing this. I'm creating an imprint on my mind and my mindset. And with that, because I'm able to do that now, I can recall that. I can bring that back up. And not only is it going to help me, but it's going to help others because in a moment, as we know, when someone needs it, God will bring that word, God will bring that truth. And so that's just really exciting because maybe you've been teaching yourself, I was made to do all things in Christ who strengthens me. A very well-known Bible verse. And so maybe that Bible verse comes to you when you're speaking to someone and now you're like, you were made to do all things through Christ, our Messiah, Yeshua, who was made to strengthen you. So he is who strengthens us and gives us strength. And so with that, you want to have that practice that mindfulness each day. So we're going to move on. Like I said, not a super long video. Just want this to be something that you can click on, get a reminder, say, hey, you know what? I haven't been practicing these steps lately and I can feel it and my mindset needs a change in my business. And so you're going to take these and you're going to apply them to your business. I was made to create an online business, or I was made, whatever your business might be, I was made to do more and I was made to help others. So how can I help them? By building myself, by loving on myself, by being humble and just dedicating a space to do that. So let's move on to step 3. And on step 3, it's going to take action with confidence. Okay. The whole fake it till you make it. I understand that, but I don't like being fake. So, in my mind, just speak it. Just speak it. Okay. You need to speak it till you believe it. So speak it, speak it, speak it until you start believing it. Read it in that verse every day. Even if it's the same Bible verse, the same chapter, I will just keep reading it until I feel like the Holy Spirit says, okay, you can move on now. You can move on. But you're going to take action with confidence. What do I mean by that? So for us, we utilize a proven blueprint, a daily proven blueprint that gives you an online business that helps you help others. Okay, so what is that blueprint for you? What does that look like for you? It's a roadmap and it's structures. So you get step-by-step stuff. So what does that look like? Well, 1, you're going to go back up to step 1. Okay, you're going to identify those mental blocks. If you have to do this every day, do it every day. Make it the first thing you do when you sit down to your computer and you're mapping out your day. Identify my mental blocks today. What's holding me back? You're going to refrain from negative thoughts. I will not speak negative today. I will not. And if I do, I'm going to become aware of it and I'm going to change that. Okay, then now we're going to take action with confidence. I'm going to move forward with confidence knowing that 1, I have identified my mental block. 2, I become aware of this and I'm going to refrain from those negative stinking thinkings and I'm going to move forward. So what is your roadmap? What's your blueprint? How are you going to do this? So Moving forward, then I want you to set achievable goals. Okay. Achievable goals. Everybody wants to go out and say, yes, I'm going to set achievable goal and I'm going to make this a big goal and it's going to be a 6-figure blueprint and I am going to be making 6 figures in 10 days. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you. Yay. But also let's set forward and say, what's some reality goals based on the world we live in? I am so sorry. My nose is itching. Okay. So create a timeline and execute that. So what's some achievable goals? Maybe it's to make $100 a day for the next 4 weeks. Maybe it's to make $300 a day for the next 4 weeks. Maybe it's to make $30,000 in the next 90 days. Set your goals, write them down, put them on a board in front of your computer. I have a wall in front of my computer. I have goals, sit down, put them there. Make them something that you see daily so it keeps reminding you like, hey, I'm going to take action today. I'm going to take action and I'm going to impact someone's life. And that's exciting. Like, who is not excited about impacting not just your own life positively, but being able to actually move forward and impact others? Like, that is so exciting. So you're going to utilize a proven blueprint, the one you've set forth, the one we've set forth. We would love to have you join us. We would love to have you be a part of our digital blueprint. And like I said, I just started this channel to reach others because I'm seeing what it's doing on the other channels. And I just want to be able to reach as many people as possible and impact their life. Then you're going to set achievable goals. My goal was to set this channel. So that's an achievable goal. I set this channel. I'm making YouTube lives. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. What's yours? What's your achievable goal? You're going to create a timeline. What timeline do you want this to be by? What timeline? Get out of that mindset shift. Don't say I can't. Don't say, oh, it's not possible in this many days. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Say, I can do this and be excited about this. Maybe a win for you is posting on social media. Maybe a win for you has nothing to do with monetary gain at all, but it's about impacting your family, impacting people. What is it? Write it down. Then I want you to focus on progress over perfection. Don't get stuck in perfection. There's no need to be stuck in perfection. There's no reason to try and be perfect because then you're reaching a goal that's unattainable. Put an achievable goal, okay? Put what your progress is. Okay, so for the next 5 days, I'm excited. I am so excited. I'm going to post 3 ads a day for the next however many days, okay? Figure it out what your goals are. No one knows what your goals are, but you can share them with others and have accountability partners. And that's amazing. Okay. That is truly amazing. And I'm so excited for you about that. But what are your goals? Okay. Only you know deep down inside, you're going to set those mindset shifts. Okay. We're going to go back to step 1, step in those mindset shifts. Okay. Get rid of those mental blocks. That's what you want to do. You want to get rid of those. You want to refrain from your negative thoughts. Step 2. Okay. You're going to use some techniques to do that. You're going to practice your mindfulness. Be mindful every day about that. You'll start to realize when you say something that you're like, oh gosh, I didn't realize I said that. I didn't realize I spoke like that about myself. And then you're going to be like, now I'm aware of it. And every time you go to speak to yourself that way, you're going to be like, oh no, this is hindering my success. Okay. What's hindering your success? Are you holding you back? Something to think about. Then you're going to take action with confidence. Something my daughter said a little while back whenever we were getting ready to do something that was a pretty big thing for her. And she was going to be on stage and she was really excited about it. And I thought, well, this will be great for you. You have great confidence. And she looked at me and she said, Mom, I don't have great confidence. That's why I'm doing this, so I can build my confidence. I thank you that you thought I had confidence, but I'm just trying to be a better me. And in that moment, a 12-year-old taught me like, wow, she has built the mindset at 12 years old. 12 years old. Like, if she can do it at 12, what's holding me back? And I was like, I need a mindset shift. I need to write this down. I need to have more confidence. I need to be a better version of me each day. So with that being said, and I am so excited that you have decided to, do this journey and fill this journey, whatever this journey is for you. I would love for you to be a part of our digital blueprint and grow and see how you can help others. I really think that if you're watching this video and you've watched it this far and put up with me this far, that you probably have a desire to do something, to step outside of that. So what is it that I can do for you video-wise? Drop those comments. What else can I help you with? What else can I talk about? I love that I was able to talk about this today because someone brought it up to me. I never thought I would do a 20-minute YouTube video. But the mindset shift, it's so exciting, and I'm excited. It brings me to tears. This is me. This is me, my true authentic self. If you're anybody who truly knows me, you know that I I just have such a big heart for others, and I just want to love on them. So what is your mindset shift that you need to make today? I would love to show you the 6-figure blueprint that changed my husband and I's life. But you have to have these shifts. You have to be coachable, and I'm excited to coach you. So drop any questions, any comments below. I would love to see what you have for me. Share, please subscribe, and love on our little family by doing that, so that I can love on others. I just think that would be a blessing so much. So if there's anything that I can do for you as far as praying for you, put that in the comments. I'd love to add you to our prayer moments. So here's to creating more lives that hopefully are unique and that you love. Bye, guys.